This is a short lesson on dependent subjunctives with a focus on result clauses, only the substantive clauses of result kind, as opposed to the other kind of result clauses we've looked at, which are the adverbial kind. So like purpose clauses, there's the adverbial kind of purpose clause introduced by ut or ne. But then there's also the substantive kind of purpose clause. We call those indirect commands. So result clauses, in another video we looked at the adverbial kind introduced by ut or ut non. We also have a substantive or noun clause version of result clauses. These are either the object of usually facio, the verb facio, facere, feci, factus, to make or to do, and compounds of facio, like efficio, ex facio, efficio, efficere, effeci, effectus. So it can be an object. Remember, these are nouns. These clauses act like nouns. So either the object of a main introductory verb that is facio or a compound of facio, or these can be the subject of an impersonal verb of happening or occurring. So let's look at these. Remember, these are noun clauses instead of adverbial clauses. So the first kind, the object of a facio verb or a compound of facio. Fac, the imperative. Fac ut non obliviscaris. Fac as an imperative followed by a substantive result clause typically means take care. Take care that. So make it so that. Do this with the result that. Fac, do something with the result that. So take care that you do not forget. Take care not to forget. Take care, and the result of that taking care, result is that you do not forget. This is a noun clause, a substantive clause. It answers the question, what? What am I telling you to take care of? That you do not forget. Ut non obliviscaris. This also works with compounds of facio, like efficio. So efficio, to bring about, to succeed, to ex facio, to do something so you ex bring out of or bring about something else. So he effecit, he brought it about. He caused it. He caused to happen. He did something, and the result of that thing, ut, was that cicero ex urbe expelleretur. This is the substantive dependent subjunctive clause. It is a substantive result clause, so it is the result, the consequence of this main verb, which is a compound of facio. So he did something, whoever he is. He caused something to happen, and the result of that was that Cicero was banished from the city. He brought it about that Cicero was banished from the city. These are substantive clauses of result. And they're the objects, like one big long accusative, of these main introductory verbs. Facio or a compound of facio. The other kind of substantive noun clauses of result, they can be a subject, not the object, but the subject of that main verb. Impersonal verbs of happening, occurring. And I put impersonal in the scare quotes because if we know what the subject is, it's not really impersonal. We say impersonal because the subject of an impersonal verb, impersonal, not person, is it. Like, it is raining. It is sunny. It is stupid. It, impersonal. It's not a person, it's an it. So the dependent subjunctive clause, these result clauses, these substantive clauses, these clauses are really the subject of these main introductory verbs. And that seems odd, but actually, we do this all the time in English. Accidit, it happened that. It just so happened. Can't do anything about it. It just so happened. And what was the result of that just so happening? It just so happened, ut, with the result that luna plena esset. I believe this is from Caesar, Book 4, when the Romans either forgot or didn't really realize that a full moon meant fuller tides. So it just so happened that that night, ut luna plena esset, that the moon was full. The moon was full. That's what happened. What happened? That's why these are substantive noun clauses. What happened? Quid accidit? The moon was full. This is the result. And it is the subject of this verb. The moon was full, that's what happened. But in English, just like in Latin, we say, it happened, it, impersonal, it happened that the moon was full. Notice that these do follow sequence of tenses. So primary sequence, present subjunctive, secondary sequence, imperfect subjunctive. This is going to be, well, this could be either primary or secondary sequence, either present or perfect. It's going to be the perfect tense secondary sequence, and we know that because, whoop whoop, esset, imperfect. So we're definitely in secondary sequence. Fieri potest, ut Caesar non appugnet. Fieri potest, this is Latin's way of saying, it's possible, possibly. It is able to be done. It is able to be. It is able to happen. Remember that facio, to make or to do, its passive is fio fieri facto sum, a semi-deponent verb, which means to happen. So yes, I do realize that this is also facio, kind of, sort of, maybe. Yeah, it kind of is, a little bit. So even passive forms of facio can show up down here. Once again, it's about context, how the Romans feel. Fieri potest, it is possible, it is able to happen. What is able to happen? Ut, that Caesar may not attack. It is possible that Caesar may not attack. Possibly, Caesar may not attack. What is possible? That Caesar may not attack. This right here, Caesar not attacking, this is actually the subject of this potest. Kind of, sort of. We still say that this potest is impersonal. We still say that this accidit is impersonal, the subject is it. But really, technically, if you wanted to argue, these clauses are the subject of these impersonal verbs. So once again, it's about context. Fac ut non obliviscaris, take care that you not forget. Effecit ut Cicero ex urbe expelleretur, he brought it about that Cicero was banished from the city. Or we can have something like accidit ut luna plena esset. Evenit is also a popular one. Fieri potest, it is possible. The negative of this is typically nullo modo fieri potest. It is quite impossible. In no mode or in no way is it possible. Fieri potest, possibly Caesar may not attack.